So what are Social Security disability overpayment cases? That's where you get paid back pay or you get ongoing benefits and somehow Social Security determines at a later date that you were not entitled to that money. And that may be because you've exceeded the amount of substantial gainful activity and you haven't realized it. It's not unusual for them to come back and say, you owe us $50,000 and you got to pay it in 10 days. That's just not that unusual. That's why you have to watch it very carefully, what you earn, what you're allowed to earn, and be mindful of that. And if you're working part-time while getting Social Security disability, you have to let your employer know that too. Because if you go over that amount, you're automatically, unless you can argue a trial work period, which is a little harder to do sometimes, you're over that amount and you potentially run into an overpayment situation. And they can always look back on that. And I'm seeing this happen more and more these days. Even if you've reported to them, hey, look, I earned this amount of money, and they award back benefits, and the amount you earned during the period that they awarded the back benefits was because over the substantial gainful activity, even if they knew all of that information and still awarded you benefits, they could come back and say, you've got to pay us back because they're the government and they can do whatever they want. So these overpayment cases are becoming a lot more common and they're really hard to win. It's hard to get lawyers to do it because the lawyers have a hard time getting paid because they don't get paid out of any back benefits because there's nothing for the contingency fee to come from. And most of the time you lose anyways, no matter what. I mean, there are some arguments around it, but it's just really harsh. That's the way the IRS is. It's the way SSA is. And, you just have to deal with it, unfortunately. It's a harsh doctrine, but it's one of the uglier parts of disability. And I think we're seeing more of it just for various reasons.